Just like any other kid, summer coming around was probably the most anticipated time of year for me. It meant total freedom, and I put freedom in air quotes because getting a philosophy degree has completely corrupted my mind, and I no longer think that freedom is really what we typically call it. But anyways, it really meant no more early mornings. I could stay up as long as I wanted to and play video games throughout the night, and so on. The possibilities were endless, as things I didn't know were going to happen were, well, going to happen. Whether it was vacation or going to the beach, summer was simply the I don't think you need any convincing here. And so now, after experiencing the hottest summer of my life, and probably yours too, it's left me thinking about some very crucial things. Now let me start off by asking, am I just an old fart? I mean, after all, I've always had kind of an old soul. While this might be the case, I don't necessarily believe that I'm going cranky old man mode and refusing to go outside. I'm towards the back end of college, and if you're around this age or older, you'll know that unfortunately, there's just not enough time to be doing recreational things outside. Or not as much time, that is. Yes, I might go for a run, go to a park or the beach, and so on. But ultimately, these things really need to be planned out these days at this stage in my life. On the whole then, spontaneity has largely dissipated. So, in other words, this idea of summer being this huge block of free time, of endless possibilities, is matter-of-factly going away. While it's bittersweet, at the least, not to get existential, that a chapter of my life is coming to a close, I don't think that this is ultimately the place we should be looking for when we want to try to find answers to the question of whether or not good summers are gone, a thing of the past. After all, this only applies to a small chunk of individuals. And so, no, I think we have to look to a more complicated and probably definitely a more important aspect of life, modern life. Me saying this has been the hottest summer is not merely tangential, hyperbolic, or pointless. As you might have already known, for 2, and according to some 3, days during July, consecutively, the Earth saw its hottest days on average ever recorded. Additionally, June was the hottest June of all time, if you know what I mean. In other words, throughout the summer, there have been days where going outside is much more of a chore and unenjoyable. Within milliseconds, you're sweating your guts out. You really want to just go back inside. It's exhausting just to be out there. You really can't breathe, and it's like, and where I am, it's super humid, so it's not really a dry heat, it's humid, and it really sucks the life out of you. Pointless anecdote time. Luckily, I'm younger, and so, at least for now, this heat is not truly harmful, not truly dangerous where it could be life-threatening. But I'd be remiss not to mention the fact that for some, unfortunately, it is indeed life-threatening, as some have died from this heat. And yes, I do know that this typically happens with older individuals, but as we go ahead in this video, you'll see where I'm going. It's going to continuously happen, and it could get hot enough to the point where you don't have to be an older individual for it to be harmful. Here, it's appropriate for me to mention the wildfires that have been taking place in Hawaii. In a dark turn of irony, throughout the course of me writing this video, these wildfires have rampaged throughout the island state, leaving over 100 dead and over 1,000 missing. The ramifications of these fires will undoubtedly be very harsh for Hawaii, and we really don't even know them quite yet. They'll be felt for a long time, and so I'm going to link to some relief funds or charities that you can donate to in the description if you'd like. While wildfires aren't atypical in Hawaii, one wonders if the severity of these 2023 fires can be linked to climate change. No surprises here, they do. In a Euronews article, we find that since 2008, there has been a particularly dry period with scientists calculating that 90% of Hawaii is getting less rainfall than it did 100 years ago. The article provides enough data for us to understand that we will continuously deal with more severe wildfires and other events as time marches on, which is already obvious, but as the events happen in real time and we witness them and people close to us are affected, it really makes it more real in that it's happening right now. These events will continuously get worse if we stick to our current pattern, which is really only marginal policies to really try and combat climate change. When you have many world leaders fly to COP meetings, which are meetings backed by the UN and are supposed to be sort of this forefront of humanity's battle against what we've done to our planet. So when you see world leaders fly to these meetings in private jets, it really does sort of leave you feeling hopeless. After all, these are the specific people we put into these positions because we thought that their hearts and minds were in the right place. This is now one of the few videos that I've done in regards to climate change, and I have to be honest, I didn't think that I would be making videos about climate change per se, or at least this many by now. But it's because this matter has become more urgent than I could have ever expected, and it leaves me very, very concerned with the future, which, yes, maybe I'm catching up to many of you viewers, but there are still people like me who are just now realizing or haven't realized the ramifications of what we're doing and what we need to do. After all, people are losing their lives at alarming rates now. You know, you could pick and choose which events you use to make this point, but at the end of the day, it's true. So in the end then, good summers don't have to be gone. It's not because I'm feeling the effects of me leaving my childhood. That's probably just me feeling sorry for myself. I do truly maintain that any point of your life can be the best time of your life. It's really up to you, and that's probably good for another video or other videos that I've posted. What I'm saying is it doesn't have to be when you're a young person. And so following that, good summers don't have to be gone in the sense of childhood either. And what I mean is for children now and future children. An optimistic view of the situation on the whole can be that we can come together and exert enough time and energy, ironic here, but enough time and energy and, just overall effort into climate change to at the least prevent the effects of climate change from getting much worse. Maybe we can stop them now because we're already going to see changes that are probably irreversible, but maybe we can make it so that just these are the changes we have to deal with instead of something even worse. And to the people that say, where are your solutions, my solutions, I have to say, maybe we start to shift the sort of lens of whose job it is to fight climate change from the consumer, the consumer's urge to buy electric cars now. So maybe we shift it from there to actual governments and corporations. Many of these COP meetings, we enforce rules and laws and new standards, but they're really not getting enforced, and they probably need to be more radical. Things like these will allow us to reach a place whereby current and future children can enjoy summers the way we once did. Peace and love.